Jesus went hunting up in North Texas and had been on property for a couple hours when I spied this hog coming in from my north side, which is downwind of me, which was a surprise. I did not expect a hog from this direction, so I went ahead. So I decided to shoot him with my Maker Rex 110 grain bullets loaded by Druid Hill Armory into Starline brass, being shot through my Lone Star Armory TX-15 multipurpose carbine enhanced before he winded me and took off. As he was still moving around quite a bit, quality assurance shot just to make sure that he stays down. Carpe analysis, the trauma diaries will be on hiatus for a bit until I get some new ammo, so I'll be doing the ballistic analysis here, in this case on a 220-pound bore. As you can see at the time of the shot, the point of aim was on the front of the shoulder with a slightly quartered away shot that should have had the bullet exiting just behind the left ear. But because the hog was slightly quartered away, was in motion, and because of the flight time that it took for the bullet to arrive at the hog, the bullet ended up impacting about 9 inches further back than the point of aim, and so I got lucky that this hog actually went down with the opening shot. Then, as you saw in the video, the hog turned and started to go down just as I pulled the trigger. This is the last frame before the shot broke, and this bullet missed simply because the hog would have fallen completely by the time the bullet arrived on target. Thinking that there might be more action, I went ahead and left the dead hog in the field, and about 15 minutes later, another hog came in from the north, but not quite downwind from me. He's up there in the field, a couple terraces up from where I am. That's where the cattle are, way off to the right, so no cattle behind the hog. So I figure I'll just wait for him to clear this next terrace. And as he does so, I notice he's coming towards me, so I decide to wait and see what happens. And then he starts doing his security checks. That does not bode well for me with him being downwind, so I go ahead and nuke my scope one more time. I see him do another security check, so he's pretty skittish. I'm going to go ahead and get settled on my rifle. Alright, here we go. He goes down. I stay on him. A few seconds later, he still hasn't quieted. So I give him a quality assurance shot. The first shot went through the center of the shoulder. The second shot went through the back and actually exited out of the belly.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
He turned out to be a 175-pound boar. And as you can see, the point of aim pretty well matches the point of impact on the initial shot.
So I'm picking up hog number 2. A group of hogs have come in upwind of me. I think there are 4. There are 2 cattle off to the right coming this way.
So I made a 200-yard south stalk as the hogs were coming to the north. And I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out if there were any females in this group. But the high vegetation precluded me from making positive identifications very readily. This one looks to be a boar. Another one that I saw looked to be a boar. But with the vegetation, it was just hard to tell for certain. So I figured I'm just going to go ahead and shoot one of the hogs and be done with it. Hopefully pick up a runner. And I see these 2 line up right here. Too much lead on the follow-up shot, and these take off fast.
Wow.
So I finished off the night with a 100-pound boar. I got all the hogs collected together and deposited them in the boneyard area of the property, and they were the last hogs I saw for the night. Carpe sus, my friends.